Mathematicians, welcome to part 3. This part is getting a little bit more complex, but it's going to be awesome too. So when we're talking about elapsed time, we are talking about how much time has passed, or how much time will pass to the next time we're thinking of. So, for example, school starts for you at 9 o'clock. And school ends at 3:30. So you might be wondering, okay, how many hours and minutes is that? So you could use elapsed time to figure that out. Now, there are some keywords that I want to point out to you that you'll be thinking of. So as we're thinking of elapsed time, my question here is, what time will it be in 1 hour and 18 minutes? If we're saying what time will it be, we're talking about the future. So do we need to move forward in time, or do we need to think of back in time, move backward in time? So if it says will, then we probably need to move forward. What time will it be? Then we need to move forward in time. And if we're thinking about what time was it, so like if I said, what time did you wake up? Is that moving forward or backward in time? Well, that would be moving backward. So you would want to subtract that time. So in order to do this, you're going to be doing two things. First, you're going to identify some times on a clock, just like you did in part 2, but this time you're not going to stop there. So when you are identifying the time, you are then going to look at the yellow question. So in red it says, what time is it currently? So this clock shows the time 11:08. So this clock says 11:08. Now, I then look at my question in yellow. What time was it 1 hour and 35 minutes ago? So the time listed here is what I'm going to put in my red, or in my yellow. So my red, I'm going to put what time is it currently, and then the time listed here, 1 hour and 35 minutes ago, or for this next question, 1 hour and 18 minutes. I'm going to put that time here. So I'm going to put 1 hour and 35 minutes. And then the question asks me, okay, what time was it 1 hour and 35 minutes ago? Well, was is moving back to in the past, so what time it used to be, so we're going to have to subtract that time. Now, a big thing to keep in mind is that normally when we regroup, we are regrouping in tens or hundreds or thousands, but time's a little bit different because there's only 60 minutes in 1 hour. So when we're regrouping an hour, we aren't actually regrouping 100 minutes. We're only regrouping 60 minutes. So when we're regrouping from our hours place, we have to keep in mind that, hey, we only regroup 60 minutes. And same thing when we're adding time. If this is 50 and we added 20 minutes, then it wouldn't be 70 minutes. It would be 1 hour and 10 minutes that we would have to add. So we'd have to regroup when we get to 60 in our tens place. So when our tens place goes to 60, we need to regroup instead of when our tens go to our minutes, or instead of when our tens go to 100, when our tens go to 60. Okay, so this question says it's 11:08 and we need to subtract 1 hour and 35 minutes. So 8 minutes minus 5 minutes is 3 minutes. And then this next question, or this next row, or column, 0 minutes minus 30 minutes. Well, now we're going to regroup. So when I regroup here, 1 hour, I regroup that 1 hour, and that becomes 0 hours. Okay, so 0 hours. So I put a 0 up here, and then I'm taking 1 hour from here, and it becomes 60 minutes. So I'm not going to put a 10, I'm just going to put a 6, or a 60. So now 60 minus 30 is 30, and 0 minus 1 0 hours minus 1 hour is, well, we have to regroup. So when I regroup here, this 10 hours becomes 0 hours, and this 0 hours becomes 10 hours. Now you might be thinking, why didn't I regroup this as a 60 here? Well, because we had 10 hours and we went down from 10 to, I went down from, 10 to 10, or 11 to 10. So I don't have to regroup a 6 there. That one I regroup normally. Now 10 hours minus 1 hour is 9 hours. So what time was it an hour and 35 minutes ago? 9:33. Now normally we would be concerned about AM and PM, but we're not really going to worry about that right now. So if you need to regroup, you can use these slashes up here to cross them out and then use these regrouping rows to keep track. You can also absolutely use BraininCamp to help you. There are some useful tools in the clock. Like if I'm saying what time was it, if it's 11:08, so 11:08, if it's 11:08 and I regroup an hour and 35 minutes ago, then I would start at my hour, okay, and then I would move back an hour and 30. So I'd go 30 from my minutes, 1 hour and 35 minutes ago. So my hour hand would be here. So then I move my hands to match. So when they both match up, 9:33. Okay. So that's how you're going to do that. So you can explore the tool on BraininCamp if you would like. It might help you, but just remember when we regroup, then you're going to regroup an hour into 60 minutes. Also, if you're regrouping 12 hours, 12 hours, then you're going to go back. So if you're at 1 o'clock and you're taking an hour, instead of going to 0, you're going to go to, if you're at 1 o'clock and you take an hour, then you'll be at 12 o'clock. So remember, time goes from 12 o'clock back to 1 o'clock. So it's a little bit tricky there. All right, so you're going to be working on elapsed time today, and you guys are going to knock it out of the park. Take your time and be careful.